My dear friends and well-wishers, welcome to my tour post platform. Today I am going to represent the historical place of Bagherhat and Bagherhat Shat Gambuz Mosque, an internationally recognized World Heritage Site. So keep watching the video till the end and give your constructive opinions that will inspire me to create new videos. Bagherhat is a historic city in southwestern Bangladesh, internationally renowned as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Formerly known as Khalifatabad, it was founded in the 15th century by the Turkish general Ulugh Khan Jahan. The city features striking brick architecture, including the 60-dome mosque known as Shat Gambuz Mosque and the tomb of Khan Jahan Ali. Exploring the rich history of the area is a primary focus for visitors. 60-dome Mosque, also known as the Shat Gambuz Mosque, it is the largest historic brick mosque in Bangladesh and was the administrative hub of Khan Jahan Ali's kingdom. Mausoleum of Khan Jahan Ali, situated near a historic deep water tank that houses reserved crocodiles. The tomb complex is a major pilgrimage and tourist site. Nine-Dome Mosque, another architectural gem built in the 15th century Khan Jahan style, showcasing intricate terracotta and brickwork. Bagherhat Museum, located right next to 60-dome Mosque. It houses artifacts, pottery, and inscriptions found during excavation in the area. Bagherhat is well connected by both road and rail, primarily via the nearby major city of Khulna. Local transport options like rickshaw and auto rickshaws are readily available to travel between the various heritage sites. Bagherhat district has a total area of 44,959.11 square kilometers. It's good. It's bounded by Gopalganj district and Norail district on the north, the Bay of Bengal on the south, Gopalganj district, Pirozpur district and Barguna district on the east, and Khulna district on the west. The main rivers of the districts are the Panguchi, Daratana, Madhumati river, Poshur river, Horingata, Mangla river, Baleshwar, Bangra and Gosaikhali. After the death of General Khan, the city was renamed Khalifatabad by Sultan Ghiyasuddin Mahmud Shah. This can make the research process of the lost city more confusing and can be easily misinterpreted as two separate places. However, it is often easy to link the two together by seeing that they were both founded by the same person in the same place. The two names divide the historical timeline into two parts based on the series of leaders that controlled the mosque city. Located at the confluence of the two historical rivers, the Brahmaputra rivers and the Ganges, Bagherhat is also known as the mosque city for the presence of a large number of mosques in the district. The dome structure of the mosque built with brick in the 15th century are considered an architectural marvel. Bagherhat was declared a district in 1984. The district today is the fourth largest district in Bagherhat based on area. Bagherhat city is famous for its mosque. Muslim Saint Khan Jahan Ali founded this town. He was a saint of 15th century, possibly of Turkish origin. At the time of his reign, Bagherhat was a part of the Sundarbans. He cleared the forest and made it habitable. He named it Khalifatabad. He erected many official buildings to run his administration. He also built many mosques and dark tanks. The buildings erected by him are now all in ruins. The city of Bagherhat has been given the status of a World Heritage Site by UNESCO in 1973. Khan Jahan Ali was a military general that was appointed to be the leader of the city and was greatly respected. Some people even viewed him as a godlike being. He had a deep connection to his land because of his journey from Barovazar to Bagherhat district, where along the way he created roads and rivers network, later developing an entire community and being a leader. In his practice of Sufism, he was recognized for his ability to convert local to his personal beliefs. It is still questioned what his true intentions were in establishing the mosque city, but most people believe that he wanted to bring people to this place away from all that is negative and find true peace. Khan is looked up to even today in Bangladesh, and archaeologists have developed monuments for him. His first settlement in Barovazar was a Hindu-Buddhist town named Champanagar, which was named after the saint that came before him. This speaks of the relationship Khan had with the religious figure that came before and after his time, and the respect they all shared for each other. The tomb of General Khan lies in the only building today that has the original dome architecture of the mosque city. The tomb is surrounded by circular towers and stone casting that pavement moisture from the ground. The floor is decorated in colorful and geometric tiles with quotes from the Quran. An annual fair is also held around the area of the tomb for Muslims and Hindus on the anniversary of death and the full moon. The area was chosen specifically based on the vast water resources and kind climate that were perfect for sustaining life and communities. The delta from the many rivers, Ganga, Brahmaputra, Meghna, etc., created fertile soil for growing crops. This encouraged people to migrate to this area and create wealth for themselves. The site was dominated by industries of agriculture and trade. Cotton and cloth were primary exports for the area to be traded out of their port. Rice, betel leaf, betel nut and coconut and other crops that came out of the fertile soil of Bagherhat. The religious site was known to be sacred and some believed it supernatural. People would come to drink water from the man-made pond for its healing properties. The concept is similar to the idea of a fountain of Iyad or Ethiopia. Another supernatural belief was that General Khan used supernatural power to create the structure because it was hard to understand how they were built at the time. After the death of the founder, the city was abandoned and eventually covered in thick vegetation, which is why the site was hidden for so long and difficult to explore. The site is significant because it was an iconic area for Islamic teachings at the time and can teach much about Islam and people in general in the 15th century. As many religious figures traveled to India and formed connections, several returned to the Bagerhat district to teach at the mosque. Geographically, the city sits on top of farmland and is surrounded by palm trees on the bank of the Boirav river. The 60-Dome Mosque is a historical mosque located in Bagerhat in the Khulna division of Bangladesh. It is a part of the mosque city of Bagerhat, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It is the largest mosque in Bangladesh from the Bengal Sultanate period, 1350 to 1576. It was built by Khan Jahan Ali, the governor of the Sundarbans. It has been described as one of the most impressive Muslim monuments in the whole of South Asia. It is situated approximately 4.8 kilometers from the main town of Bagerhat and nearly 320 kilometers from Dhaka. Despite its nomenclature, the mosque has 81 domes that are supported by 60 columns. The construction of the mosque began in 1442 and was completed in 1459. The mosque was used for prayer as well as served as the madrasa and assembly hall. There are 77 low domes arranged in 7 rows of 11, with an additional domes on each corner, bringing the total to 81 domes. There are 4 towers. 2 of 4 towers are used for the call to prayer. The mosque represents wonderful archaeological beauty, which was the signature in the 15th century. Ghoda Dighi is a massive 15th century historical lake located in Bagerhat, Bangladesh, just 6 to 7 kilometers from the city center. Dug by the Sufi saint Khan Jahan Ali, legend dictates he measured the boundary by riding his horse until it grew tired, covering over 25 acres. It is a protected archaeological site. Ghoda Dighi, situated right on the western edge of the Shad Gambuz Mosque complex, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The Dighi holds water all the year round, reaching up to 24 to 25 feet deep in certain areas. It is home to beautiful blooming water lilies and is Bangladesh's only officially reserved water tank. Fishing is strictly prohibited as the lake serves as a protected cultural and environmental heritage site. It is heard that Khan Jahan Ali measured the tank riding on a horse. When the horse stopped in a spot, he stopped further measuring. From there, its name is Ghoda Dighi. Some people believe that horse races used to take place in this area and a huge number of horses were tied on the bank of the tank. Thus it was named Ghoda Dighi. The best time to visit Ghoda Dighi is from November to March when the weather is cooler and more suitable for exploring and enjoying the natural surroundings. The city started because of the rapid growth of conversion to Islam in this area. This was a result of mass immigration and a large number of Muslim missionaries in the area. The architectural inspiration for the city came from Bengali, Persian, and Arab styles. While the mosque stand out, the city also included mausoleums, bridges, water network, and building for public gatherings. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. So dear friends, no more today. Hope to see you again with another video in the next time. Till then, stay well. All the best. Thank you again for watching the video. Bye.